Today on DC News Now, we're seeing a break in the warm weather. Meteorologist Damon Maxon is tracking the cooler temps into your weekend.
Not in DC.
Then, Ann Pizza seeing vandalism and protest after an offensive ad. We're following the controversy. E. coli cases popping up in several states, linked to a popular McDonald's burger. Learn the latest as cases continue to rise.
Every fan in attendance will receive a t-shirt.
Wizards players and fans gearing up for the season opener against the champs, the Boston Celtics. What fans can expect ahead of tip-off.
Something for everyone, from the trick-or-treating, pumpkin carving contest, the parade.
And want to get a head start on celebrating Halloween? Look no further than this year's Harbor Halloween. Learn more about the family fun event.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Meteorologist Damon Maxon joins us. Latest check on the forecast. Damon, it's Thursday. Sun's still shining, but a little breezy.
Exactly, Mark. Yeah, if you look outside just at face value, you wouldn't be able to tell any difference from these last few days. But once you step outside, oh yes, you feel and notice the difference. Folks, temperatures right now are certainly on the chillier side, especially the more west that you go. We have upper 50s, low 60s across the I-81 corridor into the Allegheny front as some of the chillier air behind the cold front that swept through last night, it's finally arriving. Now, D.C. down through parts of southern Maryland, right along the I-95 corridor, pretty much on pace with the last few days. We're in the middle to upper 60s for the lunchtime hour, but from here on out, do not expect these temperatures to go up much more than a degree or two the rest of the afternoon, because that chillier air is still funneling in as we go throughout the rest of the day, and it's on the back of these breezy northwesterly winds that have been up to 15 to 25 miles per hour at times, and this breeziness will stick around and keep those temperatures down as we go throughout the rest of the day. And if you're not in that direct sunlight and all you're feeling is that chilly northwest breeze, it feels a little bit cooler than it actually is. So there you go. Temperatures through the rest of the afternoon don't budge much. We will still have a sunny sky, but that breeziness does linger until the night tonight. Then it goes calm and it gets rather chilly. We'll talk about how much more these temperatures could drop coming up and look at your full forecast here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you, sir. New at noon, DC Fire and EMS making a water rescue in Northwest after a water main break. Crews pulled a victim from their car. DC News Now's Liberty Simmons is at Michigan Avenue and Park Place Northwest with the latest.
You can see crews towing away that car involved right now. That's where DC Fire and EMS says that a man was trapped inside in high water. And if you take a look at Park Place Northwest here, you can see water and debris scattered all over the roadway after that water main break. This is where police say a victim was trapped in high water just after 7:30 this morning near the intersection of Michigan Avenue and Park Place Northwest. DC Fire and EMS says a man had to be rescued from his car in high water, trapped right under the overpass. They say the water went as high as the top of the tires of his car. The man was rescued and escorted away by firefighters. DC Water says a 16-inch water main burst along Michigan Avenue and Warder Street. The main is connected to the McMillan plant and Washington Aqueduct. DC Water says no customers are impacted. They estimate repairs could take 8 to 10 hours.
It was very significant and very sudden. We're very fortunate that DC Water was able to control it as quickly as they did. Also, because it was rush hour, that there weren't more vehicles that found themselves in that predicament. Again, we have a standing rule. If you see high water in front of you, turn around, don't drown.
DC Fire and EMS says the man was evaluated and removed to safety from the scene here, but requested no further medical attention. For now in Northwest, Liberty Simmons, DC News Now.
All right, Liberty, thank you. Developing overnight, D.C. police searching for a man involved in a shooting in Northeast. Investigators say the man shot a woman on Florida Avenue just before midnight. Police say the suspect was wearing a leather jacket and had a scarf covering his mouth. The victim was taken to the hospital. No word on their condition. If you have any information, contact police. And in Prince George's County, We now know the name of the man killed in a shot-up car in Landover. Police say 18-year-old Kashawn Pollard was shot to death in the passenger seat. Police do not believe that the shooting was random. There's now a $25,000 reward for information leading to the capture of the person responsible. Now to a story some may find disturbing. Opening arguments began earlier today in a trial against a Prince George's County woman accused of murdering her mother and burning her remains. Prosecutors say it started from arguments over fraudulent credit card charges. Now, officials say that after the murder, Candace Craig dismembered her mother's body and burned her remains on a barbecue grill. Jury selection started yesterday. Craig's 21-year-old daughter is charged as an accessory in the case. And developing now, reaction grows following a local pizza chain's promotion. DC police releasing this video showing two people spray painting the Ann Pizza store in Southeast. That store located right next to the street named in honor of Mayor for Life, late DC Mayor Marion Barry. The chain was selling Marion Barry knots, mocking his history of drug use. They promoted the knots with lines saying, quote, "These knots will blow you away and enough powder for you and your friends." Well, now Ann Pizza pulling its controversial Marion Barry knots off the menu. It comes after many people called the ads racist and disrespectful, including Marion Barry's widow. DC News Now's Max Marcilla breaks down the CEO's apology and why some people say more needs to be done.
Not in D.C. Not in D.C.
Hours after community members trashed the controversial Marion Barry knots and called for a boycott of Ann Pizza, a concession. The pizza chain CEO Mike Burns writing, "Candidly, we made a mistake, and for that we sincerely apologize." He continued writing, "While humor was our intent, it was regrettably off the mark, and the parody of the former mayor and portrayal of substance abuse was wrong."
I'm happy for these first steps.
Reverend Tony Lee spoke at the rally earlier Wednesday, and while he's glad the knots are off the menu, he feels more still needs to be done.
When there's harm, there needs to be restoration. When there's harm done, there needs to be a process of healing.
Rally organizers are planning for Friday outside the U Street, and Pizza is still a go. Lee says the message is the same.
Let's keep our foot on the gas until we actually see more than just a statement.
The controversy has also influenced other businesses. Wise Guy Pizza, which has several locations around the DMV, is donating a portion of proceeds through November to the Marion Barry Jr. Legacy Foundation. CEO Warren Thompson says the Mayor for Life was a friend and mentor.
I hope it can start as an example of what other companies can do as well. So it's one thing to say, I'm upset, I don't agree with it, but now what action can be taken to make things better in the future?
That was Max Marcilla reporting. Well, it's National School Bus Safety Week, and transportation leaders are reminding everyone about ways to keep students safe heading to and from school. Prince George's County transports nearly 85,000 students. To deal with recent problems, they've turned to GPS tracking for parents and cameras inside and outside the bus. They've also improved communication system that works with police and the bus system. Leaders say that making sure everyone does their part is what will make the school bus experience safe and effective.
It takes a full community effort to make sure that our students are safe. And we encourage everybody to slow down in our school zones, be mindful of our bus stops, and always prioritize that student safety.
And the school system says it still has hundreds of positions to fill. Anyone interested in helping students get to school, visit our website, dcnewsnow.com. DC News Now DC News Now is your local election headquarters. Early voting starts in Maryland today, and it goes until the 31st of October. And if you've registered or if you've not registered, you can do it on the same day you vote in person. And just a reminder to bring proof of your address. Well, if you live in Montgomery County, the Ride-On bus will be making stops at the polls and drop-off boxes. There are 14 polling places open for early voting and 58 drop boxes in the county. You can get a ride through the Trip Planner app, and it will cost $1 for all county bus rides. Well, according to Montgomery County Public Schools Superintendent Thomas Taylor, submission error has led to a loss totaling roughly $39 million. That money, parents believe, could go into improving nutrition and school facilities. Well, to fix the problem, the superintendent recommends transferring over $17 million in unexpected appropriations from several improvement projects. In a letter sent to Montgomery County Public School Board, Superintendent Dr. Thomas Taylor admits to a calculation error in his capital improvements program report.
Every student has their own needs, their own expectations, and their own dreams. And when I hear that they're taking away more and more money from our schools, you just see those dreams falling.
MCPS now requesting over $20 million in new funding to complete school projects. The superintendent will present his recommendations to the board on Education Day. All right, the Washington Wizards are starting off their home opener game against the champs, the Boston Celtics, and to celebrate, the team has a lot of special activities planned for fans. Before the big game tonight, the Wizards are kicking things off with a Wizards pregame block party in District E, and they will have a photo booth that prints photos in the form of trading cards for fans, and they will also have raffles and special appearances by Gee Whiz and the Wizards dancers. All fans will also receive a district t-shirt courtesy of Capital One. Doors open at 6 p.m. And throughout the season, the team will have several giveaways planned for fans, including hats, bobbleheads, and jerseys, just to name a few. The halftime show will also feature local artist John Serta, the Wizard dancers, and more.
Lifestyle Lego activation. Fans will be able to put together a for the district Lego sign that we'll show off and hopefully get out there on social. We'll also have a trading card photo booth. So a photo booth, take a picture, and you'll get your own little trading cards.
Again, that home opener tonight at 7 against the champs, the Celtics. Good tickets are still available.